You're listening to the Dad Whisperer podcast with Dr. Michelle Watson Canfield. Be sure to follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find out more about Dr. Michelle at drmichellewatson.com. That's drmichellewatson.com. Here now is your host, Dr. Michelle Watson Canfield.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dad Whisperer podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Watson Canfield, and I welcome you here again today, Dad, especially if you're ready to add more tools to your fathering toolbox. Well, you know the grid I use every week, which is simply on your mark, get set, go. So, Dad, picture yourself standing there with other dads getting ready to run your fathering race this week. I'm on the sidelines as your coach, cheering you on and saying, on your mark, get set, go. On your mark is the topic or the theme. Get set, I'm going to fill that in with stories and stats, and go is always your practical action step so that you can put your love for your daughter and your son into action this week. Well, today I have a guest coach joining me who's already become a close heart friend. I just feel it in my spirit. Her name is Gigi Butler. You're going to love what she goes by, the Cupcake Queen. Okay, you're already picturing cupcakes like I am. No lie, we are here at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention, and she handed me in real time a box of her cupcakes. Okay, I know, your mouth is watering already. Well, let me tell you a little bit more about her so that you'll know why I invited her here to share from her heart with all of you dads. So Gigi is the founder of the wildly successful franchise Gigi's Cupcakes that has become a multi-million-dollar brand, and she inspires audiences across the nation with her remarkable story of grit, faith, and fearless ambition. She's a visionary leader and a resilient businesswoman whose journey has been featured on national platforms, including Undercover Boss, which, by the way, I used to love that show. Probably saw you in it, I'm just telling you. The Today Show, Fox, and MSNBC. Her authenticity, perseverance, and business savvy have made her a role model for aspiring entrepreneurs everywhere. So if you are a dad with a daughter who has big dreams, this may be something that you want to sit down, replay this podcast, and open up a conversation with her about dreaming big, God-sized dreams. Gigi has written her story in a book titled The Secret Ingredient: Recipes for Success in Business and Life, where she shares her personal and professional journey with life lessons, spiritual insights, and recipes from her kitchen and her heart. So today we are going to be talking. She's also a mother of a middle school daughter. She knows what it's like to cheer on and champion the next generation. And I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome, Gigi Butler.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction. It's so good to be here.
I know. I'm so excited because today we are talking on your mark about encouraging your daughter to pursue her dreams with grit, faith, and fearless ambition, which those were things that stood out in the bio that I just read about you. And what dad, right, doesn't want his daughter to have grit, which means you don't give up, or I'll have you define it in a minute.
Correct.
Faith and fearless ambition. So let's just start right here with Get Set. Tell us the backstory to the story.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was raised in a very entrepreneurial home. My dad was a serial entrepreneur, and we had a potbelly pig business, a arcade. He was
Wait. What is a potbelly pig?
You know, the
business?
little potbelly pigs,
For
the
like
little pets?
pets?
Yeah, we had a farm, so then we had a potbelly pig. We raised potbelly pigs. But he was an LA County fireman, so he had time to do all the other things. We had 5 restaurants, and he didn't succeed at everything, but what it taught me was step out in bold faith. Mm-hmm. And if you fail, God's got your back. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, homemaker. She was like Martha Stewart on drugs. She was just amazing. Steroids, yeah, not drugs. Steroids. And just really always supportive, always there baking cookies when we came home from school and there to support. What I learned from that is it's okay to step out boldly. And if you fail, it's okay because God always has your back. Most people, which I didn't realize growing up, was never raised that way. They were raised at, oh my gosh, precaution. Oh my God, you can't do anything. You can't step out. I was raised like, well, why not? The world's a blue sea. Go for it. You can have anything you want. You just got to work hard. So my dad was a very hard worker. He was a very old school tough dad, no doubt, in a lot of ways. But what it taught me was have bold faith. And so I have the gift of faith, so it really worked out well. I think God always gives us different things that we can use as tools to bring us into where we need to be. And mine was faith and tenacity. And so I just grew up with grit and fire and like, no, nothing's going to get me down. Nothing was, even beyond what my parents could even imagine.
Where are you in the birth order?
I'm third.
Okay, so thirds tend to be that social, life of the party, fun, love people. Was that you?
I was not as much, but I was really the person that tried to mediate. And we're 18 months apart, my brothers and I. So I have two brothers, and then
you're the oldest daughter.
I'm the only daughter.
Only daughter. Okay.
Of all 16 to 18 months apart. So we were boom, 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 and it was a very interesting dynamic. I think I speak dude more than most women. Yeah. But I still don't do it that well. But I at least can understand. I came up from very, very old school father, very hard, very
hard. Does that also go with harsh?
Harsh.
That's the same.
Very harsh. Yeah, he had some loving tendencies. He was kind, and he was a good father, very great provider. But I was raised very like, suck it up. You don't get the opportunity to whine. You're going to just do it. And I think he was harder on me than even my brothers.
Really?
Even to this day, he expected more of me than my brothers. And to this day, I feel like they still feel that way, my mom and dad.
Do you have a theory as to why that is? Which a theory is just a fancy way of having an opinion.
I think the theory is that they always saw me. I was going to be a country singer-songwriter. So I was moving to Nashville at the age of 7, and I had a gift of singing.
Okay.
And I was going to be kind of the golden ticket. I don't mean that in a bad way, but they saw me as like, she's going to be the one to get us out of this. And so I felt like that pressure on me to be that person, to get my family. So I was always that person getting him. So that's how I was raised.
So again, like you said, there was a bit of weight. You felt the pressure
of
that. So looking back, what would you tell a dad that may be doing that, unintentionally even perhaps, but going, I do put pressure on my daughter to maybe not to lift us out of poverty or whatever, but maybe to perform, or what if she loves it? How does he support but not put too much pressure?
I think having healthy boundaries is very hard. I wasn't raised with healthy boundaries. I was raised with the theory of, what did you do? Well, he was sexually harassed me. What are you saying? What did I do? So I was the one that was always, I wasn't valued in my world. But they loved me.
Was it because you were a girl and that was maybe not as much in your dad's wheelhouse?
I think so. My mom wasn't valued as a child either, so she brought that through. And so, we were less. I was raised Church of Christ, which I'm not saying that all men in the Church of Christ faith believe that women are less. That being said, there is definitely a role in the Church of Christ, which I was so glad I was raised fundamentally. Church of Christ, I was taught so much, but it's you don't speak, you're not as valued. And I'm not saying Church of Christ are like that, but my parents took it to a new level. That way. So that being said, I wasn't valued, and I feel like I had to perform to be more valued. Is that something
what
that
I was
makes
hearing.
sense? Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I know they would sit there and go, no, we valued you, we loved you. And in their way they did, and they tried. And they were broken individuals too. So we all come from brokenness.
Absolutely.
And then we have to just pick ourselves to get up. And if you want to break the chain of brokenness and become a healthy parent, it's really hard, I'm learning. Because if you were raised with dysfunction, you're like, how do I become healthy? And it's through the grace of God and learning your own worth and learning boundaries that you can become someone that can create a daughter with healthy boundaries.
Right.
So my daughter's like, Mom, you're my boundary. And I'm like, you're 14. You don't have boundaries. So she's ultimately like who I wanted to be when I was a kid. She's that person now.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she's that person.
That is so beautiful. When you're talking about like that little 7-year-old you that was pushed hard and you dreamed big and you had, big dreams to come to Nashville, what would you now, if you could just pull up a chair and put that little 7-year-old you next to you now that didn't understand where Dad was coming from, what would you tell her now?
I didn't value myself. But that being said, my parents loved me, and they supported me in all my dreams. So I have to give them kudos for that. They wanted me to dream big and do whatever I wanted to do, but they didn't helicopter me. They made me figure it out, which I think right now we helicopter our kids way too much, and they don't fail on their own.
Right.
They don't fall. Oh, let me pick you up. Let me just everything's soft. So they're not taught grit. They're not taught entrepreneurship. They're not taught that it's okay to fail. We make it fail-proof, which is a horrible thing to do to our children, by the way.
Right.
Horrible, because we want it better than what we had. But is it better? Have we made this society better? I don't think so. I think we've made them soft, wimpy, like almost narcissists, and everything's instant gratification.
And you learned, like you said, through failure.
To
Get up again. To figure out a different way to get from A to B.
I wasn't said, oh, my baby's done no wrong. Oh, my goodness. I wasn't protected. I needed to be more. Now, mind you, I needed to be in a little bit more. But at least my parents gave me that to where go figure it out. Get out there and do it.
Which was also, I imagine, deep in your core, it built a core strength of going, they believe in me. My dad knows I have it in me.
And they do.
To figure it out. Okay, so now, how did you get from pigs to raising pigs
in the high desert of California?
Okay, there you go.
From Oklahoma, and then moved to California by Bakersfield, and then moved right out of high school, moved to Nashville.
Okay, so then how did you get from there to Cupcakes?
Well, what happened was I started a cleaning business at the age of 15. Gigi's Cleaning Company.
Your own company?
Yes, I started my own company. I knocked on doors and started my own business at 15.
And would you tell Dad, I know I'm interrupting your story, but if a dad has a daughter who wants to start her own business at 15, would you? I love it. I didn't even finish this question.
Yeah, my parents drove me around supporting me. Yeah, go. You want to go clean that house? I'll drive you over there. There's your bucket. See you later. Okay, here's my bucket and my vacuum. I guess I'm going in. At least they drove me there.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're like, get out, go do it. Okay, I'll figure it out. So
That's awesome.
I started at 15, but it was only like to make money so I could have my bigger goal, which was being a singer-songwriter, country music. So got out of high school, hated school, by the way, because my brain does not work in a function of staying in a box. Of course, I was never that person. I wasn't a star student. I was always thinking about bigger things. And I started a cleaning business in Nashville. So I would clean during the day, sing at night, down at the bars, down at Tootsie's and all of the places. Started going across the country, doing backup vocals, headed a band, and then went to parts of the world. And I came to 29 years old, and there I was sitting on Taylor Swift was sitting on her bed at 15. I was cleaning her toilet at 29. And she looked at...
You don't literally mean
I'm meaning,
her house.
yes, definitely her house.
She was one of your clients?
She was one. Well, her parents were. She was 15. Her album was about to come out. And I'm cleaning her toilet, and she sat on her bed, and she started practicing her guitar, practicing a song she wrote. And she started singing Teardrops on My Guitar. Here I am cleaning her toilet, and I looked at her. I'm like, did you write that song? And she's like, yeah, it's going to be my first album. That was the day that I knew I had to get a new dream. Was it painful? Packed my cleaning supplies in my truck that night.
She's half home. Your age.
Half
and
my
she's
age.
Already doing
her
it.
parents gave her millions. You know, she had millions to make a star. She's a savant, no doubt. She's amazing.
Absolutely.
But they had a plan. They had the money. Here I am cleaning her toilet. I'm almost 30.
And you said, I need a new dream.
I need a new dream. And so I felt like a failure for many years because that was the only thing I ever wanted. And then I started listening to God's word and what God made me. And I'm like, wait a minute. It doesn't have to be, why me, God? I'm just a house cleaner. It could be, why not me? And so
I love that.
My attitude turned from why me to why not me?
Come on.
Why can't I be the person that you want me to be? Okay, so I'll be the best house cleaner in the world. Here I am. Gigi's Cleaning Company times 20. And then my brother, a couple of years after that. I grew it.
Okay.
I expanded it. And then my brother, I was cleaning a client's house, a bathroom. Of course, all my epiphanies happen near a toilet, go figure. And my brother called. He stood in line in New York City at a cupcake shop for 2 hours. He's like, you need to open a cupcake shop in Nashville.
That's so random.
And I was like, what? He goes, your cupcakes are better than these. And I'm like, and I looked in the mirror. I remember to the day, I will never forget this. On my deathbed, I'll go, this is the day that God said, yes, why not? And I had my pink cleaning cedar gloves on, those big cleaning gloves. And I'm like, why not me? Why not? I've already failed at music. I already spent thousands and thousands on music. Why not just do it? So I went to 4 banks. They laughed in my face. I took out $100,000 cash advances on my credit cards and opened my first store.
Yeah.
And that store, with $33 left to my name, opened my doors, turned into 125 stores in 24 states in 5 years. And I had a child of my own.
Oh, my goodness. So you do not say no.
I don't say no. I say yes, let's figure it out.
Let's figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay, can you do this? Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Oh,
can you
my
make
goodness.
this cupcake? Yeah, I'll figure it
I'll
out.
figure it out.
I just figure it out.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. We have more to talk about. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to continue this conversation with Gigi Butler. We'll be right back.
Are you a dad who has ever desired a deeper connection with your daughter, but haven't known how to go about it? Let's Talk Conversation Starters for Dads and Daughters is the very resource you need. Dr. Michelle wrote it with you dads in mind. This book will support you with scripted questions, equip you to decode your daughter, and inspire you with stories of other dads and daughters. Don't wait any longer to be the hero you want to be and that your daughter needs you to be. So, to let the talking begin, head on over to drmichellewatson.com/books and order your copy today. This book will become a favorite in your fathering toolbox and will give you the answers you've been looking for. That's drmichellewatson.com/books. Now, back to the Dad Whisperer podcast.
Welcome back. I'm talking today with my new friend, Gigi Butler. We're talking about encouraging your daughter to pursue her dreams with grit, faith, and fearless ambition. So we've talked a lot about the grit.
Yes.
Failure, we talk about fail forward.
Right.
Like, you clearly are a fail forward woman.
Every day.
So tell me, you've talked about some of the obstacles.
Yes.
And you had to change your dream.
Right.
What would you tell a dad listening that says, there's such a message of success? You talk maybe about kids that are more self-absorbed, but I think there's also this kind of idea that so many young teens and preteens and even women in their 20s say, I'm comparing myself to this TikTok star. I want to be a star. And I hear this a lot in my counseling practice, where it's more like it's not okay to clean a toilet because they want to skip all the steps and
They're
just
above
be the
that.
star.
Yes.
How can a dad encourage his daughter to dream her dreams, but if he hears this non-realistic, kind of idealistic view or vision, how does a dad encourage her in a wise way?
Well, it's being accountable for your actions. And I don't think a lot of people are accountable or held accountable for their actions. There is a process to the steps that you take. If you're going to go down that road, then you're going to have to pay for those sins or the good things that happen to you. But what parents do now is they don't want to pay for their, we'll take care of it, darling. You just go ahead and go. They're creating narcissists. They're not unknowingly, because you are paying for that sin. You're going to get over here and you're going to pick up your mess and you're going to pay for what you just did. So what's the balance of that, right? And I'm trying to do that with my daughter. Like, well, Mom, I'm above cleaning toilets. And I look at her like, honey, you're above cleaning toilets, you little brat. I'm not above cleaning toilets. I'm still cleaning toilets. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, what am I creating here? So it's the process of don't create a narcissist, create someone that's caring, but also create someone that's accountable for their own actions. Yeah. It's really hard to do.
And you know what I like that you said to your daughter? I'm still cleaning toilets. So I think that's a huge one, then, is you want to model what you want to see in your daughter, because more is caught than taught, right? So if you aren't willing to do the things, but you want her to, sometimes that can be a mixed message, right, for a daughter. But you're saying, I do this too. Yes. And I think I love the life of Joseph, because you have this guy that's in the prison.
Humble.
And I think that, as I look at that passage, right, in Genesis, is that he was being trained to run the country by the lowliest of jobs and to understand the prison system, right?
Correct.
And I think that's a mindset shift when we're talking about having fearless ambition and grit, is be willing to do the servant things that no one else wants to do. Because like you, I think a lot of people that rise to the top in leadership have also proven to be servants.
Correct. And you always need a servant heart.
Yeah.
I'm not above, going, and I was, when I moved to Florida, I was still a single mom up until 2 months ago. I just got married.
Okay.
But, so when I die, or I'm older, and my daughter finally gets out of her age 14, it's, all of me.
Her brain that's not fully developed for 10 more years, that part.
I want her to say, my mom was the hardest worker that I've ever known. My mom sucked it up. My mom did what she had to do. Didn't quit. I mean, I run on energy every night. I'm doing stuff. I'm cooking. I'm baking. I'm cleaning. I'm trying. I'm recreating myself right now. And serving.
That's what I hear.
I want my mom to be, I want her to go, man, my mom she sucked it up every day and she worked so hard for me. Yeah. And I want to be like her.
Yeah.
And I want to leave a legacy of love, not a legacy of things.
Absolutely.
For her. I want to leave a legacy of power.
Yeah.
And I want to do it through what I show her.
Yeah, absolutely. So it seems like it goes without saying that you've faced obstacles.
Yes.
And that you probably could write a whole book about that, that part of the story.
That's my new book.
Are you kidding me?
It's called This Takes the Cake.
Okay, there you go. All the hard things where you could have given up.
But I didn't.
How can a dad encourage his daughter because who is more prone to want to quit or give up? And maybe, you and I both know, because we're old enough to have lived through the mean girls stages of our lives, and in some ways it doesn't ever go away, to be honest. But we all know that sometimes other women that feel jealous of the dreams can sometimes be some of the meanest girls.
Oh, gosh.
And no doubt a dad may want to just say, suck it up, buttercup. But maybe a daughter's more fragile in her wiring than you are. And
let them fail.
Okay, what does that look like?
Let them fall. Let them be humble. I think if you let your kid fail and know that they're there, you're there to love on them. You're there
and to listen and wipe tears
but let them fall, and tell them that it's never too late to recreate.
It's never too late to recreate.
You just keep going. You keep recreating. We were made. God is the ultimate creator. We were made to create.
Right.
What our main thing to be a Christian and to be what God wants us to be, we have to completely every day channel. How can we recreate? How can I recreate? How can I create today?
What does God have next for me? Because He's a creator. He's made us.
You have to be open.
Create.
You have to be open. It's like this channel.
Absolutely.
I'm never too old to recreate. I need to keep recreating myself. And if it's falling forward, just keep creating. Pick yourself up, dust yourself up, keep going, and be there. Have kind words. I think girls need kind things said.
You're so right.
I think they need to know
because we're hard on ourselves all the time.
They need to know that they're beautiful. They need to know that they're loved. They need to have a strong dad that says you can do anything.
I believe in you.
I'm going to let you fall, but you can do it. You can get back up. Yeah. I wish my dad had a little bit more warmth for me and a little bit more kind things and a little kindness. It would have helped. Who knows what I would have probably been the president of the United States right now.
But president of a company, 125 stores, probably not too bad. You know what else comes to my mind, Gigi, just hearing you talk, has been a practical idea that I've given dads before, that if you have a daughter, that even on this side of the pandemic, I think a lot of kids got knocked down and they stopped dreaming and they stopped kind of thinking they could do anything or dream big.
To be,
everybody got kind of the wind knocked out of them, and their feet knocked out from under them.
Look at the political scene. They don't make it wonderful for you to be an entrepreneur. They want you to be on the lower class or the middle class.
Right. So
they knock you down.
So there's these real challenges, right, that kids have faced.
Absolutely.
So here's a practical way. I want to run this by you and see what you think. But I would say, Dad, ask your daughter to make a list of 10 10 outrageous things
Yes.
she wishes she had the nerve to do. I have done this before. Like outrageous.
Outrageous.
Literally years ago, I was like, write a book.
Right.
This is like 20 years ago.
Right.
I've already written 2. I got more in me. Like,
Right.
but things that seem way out of reach. You probably wouldn't have build a cupcake empire on there.
No, I wouldn't have.
But the cool thing is, these are really cool markers in a life that have a date on them and they have a dream attached to them. What do you think of that idea?
I think it's great. And I started that with my child at 5. When she started writing, I'm like, okay, let's put our goals down. It's December 31st. Let's put our goals down. Okay, what is I call her KS, Kendall Sky, but I call her KS.
Okay.
What's your goals, KS? Mom, I want to start a slime business. Perfect. Slime business, check. Mom, I want to be. So we have our goals, and I kept our goals at every year, and I go back and I look at her goals and look at my goals, and I say, oh, my baby, look at her.
Yeah.
And as she's growing, she's fearless. She's just this beautiful rock star. She has insecurities, of course. We all do. But she still has this, like, Mom, I know I can do it because I saw you do it.
Okay, so before we wrap up, if you're okay with me asking you this question, so she has a new stepdad.
She does.
You just said you just got married a couple months ago.
A couple months ago.
Could you say anything to the stepdads listening that say, maybe I don't want to get in the way of bio dad,
Right.
or I don't know where my place is? What would you say to
Hard.
that dad that wants to be dialed in to this daughter's heart
Right.
from your first person experience?
It's very difficult. And I'll tell you, my new husband, he had never been married. And
Like
he
me.
never had kids.
Okay, come on.
But he's from a very stable family where they were with 4 brothers, and they were just real stable. And he speaks people's love language in a way, because that's what he does for a living. You know, that's a whole other story.
Okay.
He's so cool with not letting my daughter hurt his feelings, because she could give him attitude in a heartbeat.
Right.
You know how they are.
Like every adolescent.
Oh, little brat. And he just laughs it off, and he lets her come to him.
There you go.
And he lets her, Mom, I really miss Chris. I'm missing him. I low-key miss him. That's the new thing, low-key miss. And I'm like, okay, tell him you low-key miss him, because he's out of the,
There
he's
you
in
go.
Bahrain right now.
Okay.
Working for our country. And so he's just so cool that he lets it. I had a boyfriend prior that was always got his feelings hurt. Oh, it's like, dude, suck it up. She's 13. She doesn't, come on. She doesn't mean it. I'm the only person she's ever known.
Right.
It's been her and I our whole life.
Right.
She's lived with me 99% of her whole life.
Wow.
Her dad's never been in the picture. Now he is, but he wasn't. So, and
be the adult, which isn't always easy. I can say that, right? Because I'm also like you, married.
And you don't want to
older,
get
and
your heart, feelings hurt, but be the adult.
Yeah.
And my husband now is such the adult to where
he paces with her.
He paces with her. And he's
Beautiful.
emotionally intelligent where he could pace with her.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I honor him because he's a manly man, and I respect him more than he's real old school too, kind of like my dad. So I get it.
Yeah.
So I honor him. I honor her. He's not second. He knows that she.
I love that.
So it's a balance, but you can do it. But you have to respect and honor him as coming into the household, and I would never undermine him.
Okay, I love that.
But we don't live together anyways because he's out of the country.
But like you say, it was this process where he's pacing with her.
He paces with her.
Life.
And he's emotionally intelligent where he doesn't let it hurt him. He just laughs it off.
Awesome.
It hurts me, but it doesn't hurt him.
I love it. Well, I end every conversation with a go step. So last question. What is one practical action step that a dad could do today if he wants to encourage his daughter to live boldly with grit, faith, and fearless ambition?
What I always say is life isn't about being perfect. Life is about being original. So be original. And that means you fail. That means you go and you just have a wild, crazy life with just these dreams and be original doing it. Our whole world is perfect. We look on TikTok, we look on Instagram. Everything's perfect. No, perfect is boring.
Yeah.
Be original. Be you. Just be you. Be unique. And go out there and keep recreating. And if you fail, great. You're learning. Failing means you're learning and you're just going to get better. Failing is really actually the secret to success. Most people won't say that, but that's the secret to success. Failing. Because the more you fail, that means you're trying even harder.
Oh, what a great way to end. Where can people find you?
GigiButler.com.
GigiButler.com.
Or all my socials on Instagram or official Gigi Butler.
Great.
And would love to connect with you. I just wrote a new book. It's a cookbook, and it's about faith and hospitality and devotional through food. And I am starting a new TV show called In the Kitchen with Gigi. And it's all about bold faith and cooking with these people who have had really hard past, but how they've gone through their life with bold faith. I'm excited.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
On Your Mark today has been encouraging your daughter to pursue her dreams with grit, faith, and fearless ambition. Gigi, it's been a joy to have you here. Well, this wraps up another week's program. I'm Dr. Michelle Watson Canfield, the Dad Whisperer, signing off and encouraging you dads to make today a day where you intentionally and consistently invest in pursuing your daughter's hearts. Go Dads!
Thanks for joining us for another edition of the Dad Whisperer podcast with Dr. Michelle Watson Canfield. To find out how you can invite Dr. Michelle for your next event, go to drmichellewatson.com and click on the speaking tab. That's drmichellewatson.com. Dr. Michelle loves bringing practical insights she gleaned over the past few decades to audiences of teenagers, young adults, men's groups, or women's forums. Once again, go to drmichellewatson.com. That's drmichellewatson.com for more information on the books, resources, and blogs that she has available. Remember, you can listen to the Dad Whisperer podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And we'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe and leave us a review. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you again on the next edition of the Dad Whisperer podcast with Dr. Michelle Watson Canfield.